Deep in the heart of a city called Zamora, where the waters of the lagoon shimmered under the golden rays of the sun, there lived a mysterious being whose existence was whispered among the locals. They called her Rioma, the mermaid of Zamora Lagoon. Adanna, a young woman with fiery determination, lived in Makoko, a floating slum by the lagoon. She was the daughter of a fisherman who had struggled for years to provide for his family. Adanna often accompanied her father, paddling through the maze of wooden shacks and nets, dreaming of a better life. One fateful evening, as Adanna and her father cast their nets into the shimmering water, the skies darkened suddenly, and a fierce storm roared in. The winds howled, and waves tossed their small canoe like a leaf. As Adanna clung to the boat, a massive wave overturned it, throwing her into the depths of the lagoon. Adanna felt herself sinking, her lungs burning for air. Just as darkness began to claim her, she saw a glimmering figure swimming toward her. It was a woman with long, flowing hair like seaweed and scales that sparkled like diamonds. Rioma wrapped her strong, scaled arms around Adanna and swam upward with incredible speed. Breaking through the surface, Rioma laid Adanna on a floating piece of wood and sang a hauntingly beautiful melody. The storm calmed, the waves subsided, and the skies cleared. Before Adanna could fully comprehend what had happened, she fainted. The mysterious gift. When Adanna awoke, she was back in her father's hut, safe but confused. Her father, grateful to have her alive, dismissed her tale of the mermaid as a feverish dream. But Adanna knew what she had seen. The next day, as she stood by the lagoon's edge, she noticed a peculiar necklace lying on the shore, a pendant shaped like a seashell, glowing faintly. When she picked it up, she heard Rioma's voice in her mind, "You are chosen, Adanna. With this, you can summon me in times of great need." Months passed, and Adanna's life returned to normal, but trouble loomed over Makoko. The fish in the lagoon began to disappear, and her father's nets came back empty day after day. The village elders blamed it on overfishing, while others whispered of a curse. Hunger and desperation began to spread. One night, Adanna stood by the lagoon, clutching the pendant. She whispered, "Rioma, if you can hear me, please help us." The waters rippled, and Rioma emerged, her beauty otherworldly under the moonlight dot. "The balance of the lagoon has been disturbed," Rioma said. "A greedy oil company has been dumping toxins into the water. If nothing is done, the lagoon will die." The plan. Rioma explained that the only way to stop the pollution was to expose the company's illegal activities. But they needed evidence. With Rioma's help, Adanna and a group of brave villagers devised a plan. Under the cover of night, Rioma guided Adanna and her friends to the oil company's hidden dumping site. Using an old camera, they captured images of the toxic waste being poured into the lagoon. Rioma's sea creatures, Dolphins, turtles, and even schools of glowing fish helped them navigate the dangerous waters. Armed with evidence, Adanna took the fight to the authorities. But the oil company was powerful, and their influence ran deep. When bribes and threats failed to silence Adanna, they sent men to intimidate her family. One night, as Adanna and her father slept, their hut was set ablaze. Trapped inside, Adanna thought it was the end. But just as the flames closed in, Rioma appeared, her pendant glowing brightly. She summoned a wave that extinguished the fire and carried Adanna and her father to safety. The incident drew widespread attention. With the help of a local journalist, Adanna's story went viral. Protests erupted across Samara, demanding justice for Makoko and the lagoon. Under immense public pressure, the government shut down the oil company, and the guilty parties were arrested. With the pollution stopped, the lagoon began to heal. Fish returned to the waters, and life in Makoko improved. Adanna became a hero in her community, using her newfound fame to advocate for environmental conservation. As for Rioma, she returned to the depth of the lagoon, but not before gifting Adanna one final blessing, a bag of shimmering pearls, enough to lift her family out of poverty. Years later, Adanna became a prominent environmentalist, dedicating her life to protecting Zamora's waters. Though she rarely spoke of Rioma, she often visited the lagoon, leaving small offerings of flowers and shells. The people of Makoko continued to tell the tale of the mermaid who saved their village, and on moonlit nights, some claimed they could see Rioma's silhouette dancing on the waves, her laughter mingling with the wind. And so, the legend of the mermaid of Zamora Lagoon lived on, a story of courage, unity, and the unbreakable bond between humanity and nature.